We live in a society where we can barely survive on one stream of income. Nowadays, people have to make more money than ever because it's like salaries have increased a little bit, but rent has tripled. Wow. It's like we can no longer just survive on that one stream of revenue. Now we're in a phase of life where we need multiple streams of revenue just to either get by or to live the comfortable lifestyle that we truly desire. Now, my question to you is, how do you honestly feel about that? What's up, friends? It's your girl Tara. I am here with another video. I am so excited. I told you, I'm doing YouTube this year consistently. If you are new here, thank you so much for taking the time to see what your girl's all about. And if you have been here before, thank you so much. Please be sure, if you've been here before and you haven't done so, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel. I have YouTube goals this year, and the way I can reach those goals is with your help. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Maybe it's right here, maybe it's right here, wherever it is, just make sure you do so. And don't forget to like this video so you can get more content from me. So in today's video, it was on my heart to talk about what needed to be talked about. That's just side hustles. A lot of people have side hustles because they're trying to pull in numerous streams of income. They don't want just one. Some of them don't just want two, they want 3, 4, 5 different streams of revenue. And so I am breaking down with you some of my favorites, some that I've learned just living life, side hustles that you can do to just increase that revenue bracket. Now, before we get started with this video, there is something that I want to start doing with every video, and that is doing a positive affirmation for us so we can say it together. Not trying to be cheesy here, but I've noticed the way we speak to ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves really helps us with our life goals and achievements. So let's say it together. The positive affirmation for today is, I'm getting better and better every day. Yes, I am feeling that. Again, this is not meant to be cheesy, but I'm just all about us being better and improving and increasing that inner healing. So I just wanted to share a little bit of that with you guys here. So I never want to fluff around too much because I know we got things to do. I have things to do. You have things to do. So let's get it started. Like always, if you see me ever looking down, it's because I have my notes, because I always want to make sure I'm giving you everything that I have so we're not missing a thing with this video. Now, with that being said, let's just dive in. Let's get to it. The number one, it's not number one, I just have a list. But one thing that you can do to get extra money is becoming a virtual assistant. I've told so many people about this because it's not necessarily easy, but it's learnable. You can learn any skill. And if you actually realize you have a passion for it, or maybe you're an executive assistant already at a company, why not be a virtual assistant for someone else, an entrepreneur, a small business, something of that nature where you're able to control your hours and have some flexibility and bring in some extra income at the same time. And look, you most likely already have some type of experience. Being a virtual assistant can be fun. You can make extra money. Taking on roles as a VA means it's virtual. It's in the name, virtual assistant. So I don't think you have to clock in. If someone says you have to be on site in order to be a virtual assistant, they miss the whole point, because virtual assistant is virtual. An assistant, just a regular assistant in person. So be sure, VA, virtual assistant. Now, I am going to tell you this. If you do not think this is fun, if this is something you do not want to partake in, do not do it. It is going to be a drag. You're going to hate it. You're going to not like it. You're going to quit, and it's going to be one of those situations. So if you don't like being an assistant already, this is not the path for you. You can easily learn what there is to learn about being a virtual assistant. They're very great. There are so many great virtual assistants out there that have made 6 figures in revenue, that mentor other aspiring virtual assistants. So what I recommend, if you're just trying to learn more about the industry, go on some Facebook groups, look at YouTube channels, read blog articles, just to learn more about becoming a virtual assistant. Now, number 2 is digital products. People can make bank on here. Trust me, I know. Now, with all that being said, I've sold some digital products in my day, and honey, especially when it becomes that passive income, you don't have to do anything. You're just seeing those Stripe invoices or those PayPal invoices, it's literally the best feeling in the world. Trust me, I know. Digital products is great. Honestly, anybody can make a digital product. The thing is, what is something that you really know? What is something that people will pay you to learn from you? Whether you are a marketing guru, a marketing pro, you can create a digital product, whether it's a master course, an ebook, a workbook, a course, a webinar. You see what I'm saying? A PDF, like, sky's the limit. Templates, different templates for social posts or for anything. Like, digital products are amazing. They can be whatever you want it to be. If you are in the finance industry, you can create a digital product for that. So you can have a whole masterclass that you created because you understand finances, you have financial literacy, and you want to teach other people. The sky is the limit. If you are someone that organizes homes, like the Home Edit, you can write an ebook and sell that, all about home organization. If you're a makeup guru, if you are a fashion person, you can create a lookbook of upcoming styles and fashions coming to a spring 2023. The sky is the limit. I gave you some great and a variety of different industries that you can do it for. Don't sleep on digital products. Yes, it's going to take some marketing, some effort on your end, but the payout can be so rewarding. Okay, next is graphic design. Now, graphic design is not my cup of tea, so I can't give you like, yes, I did this and it was great. No, I'm not a graphic designer. I told everyone that. I am not a graphic designer. I just know how to throw something together in Canva. Now, graphic design is great. If you're a graphic designer and that's your regular 9 to 5 and you love it so much, you can freelance and do graphic design as long as it's not in competition to where you work. I don't see what the problem is. Make sure you read like your employee handbook and the contract or agreement that you signed when you worked there. But hello, if you're great at graphic design, why not use that as another stream of revenue, freelancing your graphic design services to local businesses in the area? Now, social media management. This is where I started, boys and girls. Social media management. I no longer do it, okay? It is a huge task. That's not why I no longer do it, but it is huge. I'm just telling you this from experience. Social media management and virtual assistant are two different things, and I just want us to know that. Let that sink in. Yes, it's different. A lot of people want to use it interchangeably, and it's not. It's not the same thing. I'm sorry. Now, you may see some virtual assistants that help out with social media and do social media work, but a social media manager is a whole different position than a virtual assistant. A virtual assistant will help you with your emails, organize your task here and XYZ. A social media manager should not be organizing your emails. They should be managing your social media. It's in the title. So a lot of people use this and don't really know what it means. If you need me to have a whole video on what a social media manager actually is, your girl got you. But yeah, make sure if you want to do social media management as a side gig, it's a lot of work, number one. Number two, you always have to be on top of the different platforms and understand the updates within the platforms. So it's a lot of educating, understanding, knowing the trends, creating on the spot and being creative almost at all times. So it's a lot of work. However, if it's your passion, you will have a blast doing it, especially if you and your clients are ideal and they're your dream clients. Now, moving on. We're going to talk about Airbnb. This is something that I have not done. And maybe one day I'll start doing Airbnb, who knows. But you can rent out a room. Like, let's say you own a house and you're like, okay, I want to rent out. My child went to college, or my child moved out and they're no longer here. You want to rent out the extra bedroom, or maybe you have a guest bedroom that you want to rent out for extra money. You can do that with Airbnb. I had a friend that stayed at an Airbnb where there was a woman who owned the Airbnb. It was a house, and she rented out different rooms. So I think when my friend stayed, she had my friend and someone else who were staying at the home with her. She had 2 guests in her Airbnb while she was still there. So that's the thing. You don't always have to necessarily leave. Just let them know, hey, you're renting a room and not a house. That's a great way to get extra money. There are some people that are making six figures on Airbnb. They're like super hosts. They have these amazing properties. You can tell they really take care of it and put so much effort into it. So that is something that if you want to dabble, like just a little dabble into property management and real estate, that is something to get your feet wet. Now, Uber and Lyft. This is not for me because I don't like driving. I don't like driving, so it's not for me. But Uber and Lyft are great ways for you to make more money, especially with the tips that they get. So, and that's if you're a person that tips. Hopefully you tip your Uber driver. But if you love to drive and you don't mind strangers in your car, I think this is a great option for you. I met someone, I think, was it in Vegas or was it in Kansas? I don't know. It was somewhere. And I met this person who told me that they make six figures driving Uber. I said, wow. He told me it was his full-time job. He did it full-time, made his own hours. Sometimes he worked more days than others, and he made six figures. So I was like, do you? That's amazing. Like, that is legit. He's making more money doing Uber than some people are making in their 9-to-5 careers. So I say that to say, like, don't sleep on it. Okay, don't sleep on any of these side hustles, because these side hustles some people do as full-time jobs and they're making bank. Next is DoorDash, and this could be Uber Eats. What is it? Favor. There's something else, but I only use DoorDash, and I actually drove for DoorDash, which is funny because I hate driving. I did it for a day and a half. If you don't want to have strangers in your car, but you need to make quick extra fast money, you can do DoorDash. If you do DoorDash, strangers are not in your car. You're just delivering them food and such. And it was cool. Like, if I just wanted to drive one day and run errands and pick up food for people, I think that would be pretty nice. I use it, like I said, and I've done it, and it's not bad. The system's great. People tip, I guess, like if your meal's like, I think the most average tip is like $4. So if you do a bunch of deliveries in a day, then you can make a lot of money. I don't really, don't ask me about the details of the DoorDash and making money system. But if you go on TikTok and you scroll, they'll tell you, I made so much money doing DoorDash. I don't know the accuracy, okay? But that's just another way if you're looking for a side hustle to get some extra money, especially on the side. If you're working 9-to-5, you need a side hustle on the weekends. That's something that you can do. Now, next is consulting. Now, if you are an expert at something, I told you to do a digital product, yes, you can do that. Or you can also do consulting. Let's say you're a top real estate agent in your city. You can consult up and coming real estate agents. It's not easy. Real estate is not an easy industry. We look at these shows like $1 Million Listings and like Sunset and all these others, they make it seem like real estate, you just dress cute, wear heels, do your hair, do your makeup, and show a house, and boom, sold. It is not that simple. It would be great if you are a top real estate agent, if you are a top person in whatever your department or your industry is, that you consult and help people along the way. You can do that as a charge. That is something that a lot of people do, and something that I get it. I would pay for expert help and expert knowledge as well. Now, next on the list, and so far I have given you 8, so this is number 9, and it's web design. Some people have a gift. I do not, okay? When I first had my website redone in 2019, someone was working their 9-to-5 doing web design, and then she actually did it on the side as a side hustle and started making bank. She quit her 9-to-5, did it full time, and wow, she like grew. She was amazing. Her craft was amazing. So if you do web design and you know how to do web design, then all means, like, freaking do that web design. Charge, freelance. Web design is a key. It is amazing. People love websites. If this is what you do and this is what you can do, or you taught yourself how to do it, start doing it as a side hustle. Just make some more money. All right. Number 10 is Shipt. Shipt is great. This is a service where they can deliver your groceries. I think they have Target on there, Petco, PetSmart, Sephora, Bed Bath & Beyond, I think is on. There's a bunch of stuff on there. But if you don't have a car, your car's in the shop, you don't feel like leaving the house, it's a bummy day and you're like, gosh, I need groceries, but I just don't want to leave the house, you can put in your order on Shipt and they will deliver it for you. Now, the thing is with Shipt, if you are a Shipt driver, I'm giving you a background on it, sorry. But if you're a Shipt driver and someone is buying groceries and you have to deliver it, the tips start at like $15. So let's say you are doing like 5 to 10 deliveries a day, you can probably make a decent amount of, of money from those grocery deliveries. I'm not sure how everyone else grocery shops. I don't grocery shop where there's like a bunch of bags for the Shipt drivers. So let's say if they spend like $60 to $100, you'll get a decent sized tip on that. And if you do like 5 to 10 of those deliveries a day, I think you can make a good amount of money for that day. Let's say you do it Monday through Friday. Now, we have 2 more to go. Etsy. I'm not creative enough for Etsy, but if you are, then by all means, do it. Create your products, whether it's sweaters, fashion, plant pots, cups, blankets, paintings, whatever. Do it. Put it on Etsy. Let's see what happens. Let's see how much money you get. I've bought a few things from Etsy, not a lot. I'm more of an Amazon girl, but I realize that Etsy's great too because I have purchased like my bridesmaid's dress from Etsy. It was great. Do it. If you're creative, do it. People also sell templates. If you want to sell digital products, people sell those on Etsy too. So it's not just like a physical product based company. Okay, now last but never least, this is number 12, y'all. I'm giving y'all 12 side hustles that you can do to increase your revenue in 2023. You're welcome. Okay, so it is Turo. I've never used it. I've never rented a car that wasn't from Enterprise. But Turo is where you and I can go on Turo and rent out our own car. I can rent out my car right now to somebody. You're allowed to rent out your vehicle online using their mobile interface. And people make money doing that. So it all depends on what you're comfortable doing. If you're comfortable doing that, then do it. That's another way to increase revenue. It's kind of like your Airbnb your car. That's the simple way to say it. Your Airbnb your car. Like I said in the beginning of this video, like times are changing where everything's becoming more expensive. Like you know how expensive eggs are now? Freaking eggs. Why are eggs so expensive? I have no idea. I don't get it. But I'm not about to buy eggs in a minute because I don't eat eggs that heavy. Like eggs last me a minute and I just don't feel like paying that much money for eggs anymore. I'm taking a stand. So because eggs are expensive and all other grocery products are expensive, we may need to, have multiple streams of revenue coming in. But to be honest, I feel like we should all have multiple streams of revenue regardless of what the economy is like, because it's always great to have money in the bank and also invest other money, your money other places, whether it's stocks, whether it's if people are into NFTs and crypto, real estate, property flipping, part of real estate. It's always amazing to have that. One stream of income is no longer working for us. There are so many different ways for us to make another stream of income, and it won't always be easy, but we can do it. Now, let me know in the comments if you're interested in having multiple streams of revenue. That would be amazing. And I recommend you watch my last YouTube video. It was amazing. I loved it, and go find it here. See you next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe.